Hey foodies! So today these are the ingredients that we're going to be using. So if you have these ingredients, then you might want to grab them out of the fridge, out of the garden, and get ready to make something delicious. So today I'm using a cucumber that I pulled out of my garden, and also out of my garden some peppers and assortment of cherry tomatoes. And then from the store I have this bag of baby spinach and parmesan cheese shaved with flakes, a can of sliced olives, black olives, a red onion, cauliflower head, and zesty Italian dressing. This zesty Italian flavor pack and pepperoni. So that's what we're going to be using today, in a bowl and something to chop it all up on. So let's get started. So you guys, you got a rundown of everything that we're going to be putting in this. Today we are making a low-carb version of tortellini spinach Italian salad. So this one is just going to be called Italian salad. And instead of using cheese stuffed tortellinis, I'm going to be using cauliflower to take its place. If you are trying to eat low carbs, then this would be the recipe for you. Okay, so we're all set to get started. As you can tell, I have my Eat Your Colors apron on that my cousin made me. And this recipe, you guys, is the epitome of Eat Your Colors. It's gonna have so many pretty colors in it that it's just gonna blow your mind. So we're gonna get started with putting the spinach in the bowl first. And we're just gonna layer it and then mix everything in. So here I got this baby spinach from the store that I'm just gonna put in the bottom here. And as you notice, I didn't even chop the spinach. It's just going in the bowl. You guys, I don't like when the spinach gets all, I don't know, wimpy feeling. So that's all I'm doing, is just taking time to take out the wimpy pieces of spinach. I don't like that though. Okay, I'm just gonna put another handful in there. I don't want my bowl to be too overflowing with spinach. And I'll show you how much I got in there. About half the bowl is full of spinach. Okay, so then next I'm gonna start cutting up this cauliflower to go in there. And you guys, if you don't like raw cauliflower, then you can substitute it with broccoli. There's a lot of other things. You can put zucchini. If you like raw zucchini, you can put that in here. Something bit me on my hand when I was out collecting this, all my veggies out of my garden. I was getting attacked. And you guys, this is just a small head of cauliflower. I didn't feel like I needed anything really big for this recipe, because it's not a cauliflower salad, it's a spinach and Italian. I don't know. I don't have a name for it. But so I'm just cutting around. I want mostly the florets and not so much the stem pieces. Mostly just the floret part. I'm just putting these pieces aside so I can put them in my compost pile when I'm finished with this. So I'm just gonna cut these into bite-sized portions like so, and just throw them into the bowl. Remember, this cauliflower is the replacement or the substitution for the cheese tortellini or pasta. Some people, because I've made this before with just regular pasta, and then when I tried it with the tortellini, that was all she wrote, because it was so good with that way that I couldn't go back to just using regular pasta. I had to only use the tortellini, not only for myself but for my family, because they liked it so much. My husband was like, nope, no regular pasta anymore in that. Always do it this way. I was like, okay. I aim to please. Cauliflower is in the bowl. My chickens are going to be so happy to get some of this leftover cauliflower and stuff. So next, and there's no real order. I just wanted to do the spinach first and get the cauliflower in there first mainly. But there's no real order for the rest of it. You just layer it in there however you feel like you want to layer it in. I'll do the cucumber next. This is a Market More cucumber from my garden. It was hiding from me. I didn't even know it was in there. That's why it got so big. I'm not really a cucumber person. I mean, I can tolerate it and eat it, but it isn't like my most favorite thing to go and pick and eat. So now pickles, I'll eat pickles all day long. I don't mind pickles, but I don't know, I'll eat cucumber with some hot sauce, some hot chili on it, hot chili powder or seasoning on it. I do that sometimes for my husband and I to go along with our breakfast. He loves cucumber, and he can sit up there and eat cucumber by itself. I'm just not that way with cucumber. I'm like that with tomato. I can eat tomato and be happy for it. And not so much the cucumber. I'll probably put this whole thing in there, though, because I don't want any of it to go to waste. Cucumber. Okay, so now I'm going to go on and do my onion. So I'm going ahead and cry and get it over with. My red onion here. So I'm not cutting these up really fine or anything. They're just quartered and sliced. I'll get them in here. And you can put as much or as little as you want, or you can eliminate, omit something from this recipe that you don't like. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. The one thing that hurts my feelings is every time I make something like this, my son then, he doesn't like raw onion. He doesn't like cucumber. He doesn't like tomatoes. And he can barely stomach raw peppers. So I'm always, oh, and he don't like black olives. So I'm always like heartbroken, because every time I make some stuff, I make this or anything like this, remotely like this, he's always wasting it. Because he'll still eat it, but he will pick out everything that he don't like, which is almost all of it. And I'm like, son, that's such a waste. I don't know why he doesn't like it. I'm just cutting these cherry tomatoes in half. That way it'll be easy for him to pick out. I do that because also my husband don't like tomatoes or peppers. And so I got to make them easy for him to be able to pick out too. These men in my life, you know, so picky. But I'm just going to cut these all in half. These are all just assorted from my garden. Like this one is called blueberry. This one is a gold nugget. This one is a chocolate cherry. And then of course yellow pear. And what other one we have? Oh, Brad's Atomic. This is a smaller one. I have bigger ones. This one's a large red cherry. Bosque Blue Bumblebee. And this one is Napa Chardonnay. Okay, there's all the tomatoes in there now. You see how many colors and how pretty it is? And so I'm gonna put some of these sweet peppers. These are not spicy, they're just sweet peppers. Okay, so that's the last of all the fresh stuff out of my garden. So next, I am going to put pepperoni. Now, you don't have to use pepperoni if you want to do a meatless version. You don't have to put pepperoni in it. I just love the way pepperoni tastes. In this, I'm not even gonna cut the pepperonis. I'm just gonna separate them from each other and just throw them in. You can put as much or as little as you want. And then next to this, I'm gonna add these olives. Okay, I dumped most of the juice out of here. So I'm just gonna put those in. I got them already sliced, so I wouldn't have to stand up here and cut these up because I knew I was going to be cutting up a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, so olives, and then we have the cheese. I usually put the cheese on last. That's born out of habit because I usually use, like I said, pasta or tortellini, and that stuff is hot when I go to put in. Oh, you know what? I didn't even mention this to you. I meant to tell you when I was cutting up the cauliflower that you don't have to put it in raw. You can cook it, steam it, boil it, or however you want. I just particularly like it raw. But if you want it to have more of a soft, tender texture to it, then by all means you can do that. Anyways, I'm putting all this cheese in here because I love cheese. Next, I am going to put in this seasoning packet of Italian seasoning. It's zesty Italian salad dressing. And put that in. And then I have this zesty Italian salad dressing in liquid form. We're going to put that in. And I'm probably going to use the whole thing. And usually what happens, since I like mine extra juicy, usually what happens is my spinach ends up really limp. It doesn't stay crisp, but that's fine with me. You might want to use less, which is okay. That won't hurt my feelings either. So now I'm just going to give this a toss and get it all mixed around and incorporate it. Okay, so I just finished mixing this all around, getting everything, the seasoning and the dressing all incorporated on here. And you can see it's a pretty good salad. You can make this and serve this as a side salad to a dish. You can make this and serve it as your main dish. For me tonight, this is my main dish. And there you have it. It's low carb. It's a really good low carb alternative to a pasta, Italian pasta salad or tortellini salad, like what I make. So those things are good and I love them. I love eating pasta, but lately I've been eating a lot more low carbs, and so this is what that looks like for me. And remember, you can cook the cauliflower if you choose to. I just chose to have it all raw. So anyways, let me get a plate and then we will try this. Okay, so here's my plate. Let's try this. You guys, I already know how it's gonna taste because I've had it before. Not quite this way, not with the cauliflower though. It's just always good. You guys, it's so flavorful. Yeah. You guys, if I don't stop myself from eating it all right now on this camera, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Is stand here and eat the whole thing in front of you, and I don't want to do that because my mama taught me better than that. You guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully if you're on a low carb diet, hopefully this is something that you'll want to try in your own kitchen with your own garden vegetables or with stuff that you bought from the store. And let me know if you do try this recipe out and how much you like it. Okay, so thanks again for watching, and as always, you guys, God bless.